There is a version of you dying quietly right now. No funeral, no scream, no witness. Just a slow suffocation of the person you could have become beneath the weight of the life you keep repeating. You wake up with heaviness in your chest. You promise yourself today will be different. But the screen lights up, the routine begins, and the sedation returns. Not because you are weak, because your identity and your actions are fighting each other. Why did you feel stuck even when you know exactly what to do? Because you are waiting for a moment that does not exist. A lightning strike, a sudden motivation powerful enough to permanently change you. But transformation is never loud. It is accumulation. Failure is not an event. It is a pattern. The breakdown you fear, the burnout, the regret, the collapse, happens long before the moment anyone notices. It begins in quiet choices, one delay, one excuse, one small betrayal repeated until it becomes a personality. Every action you take is evidence that tells your mind who you are. When you choose comfort, you are not just avoiding pain, you are teaching yourself what kind of person you believe you are. And eventually, that belief becomes identity. This is why self-sabotage feels automatic. You try to act like the person you want to become, but your internal verdict says otherwise. Success feels unsafe because it conflicts with the story you have been proving to yourself for years. So how do you change the verdict? You stop chasing the horizon and start paying attention to the floor beneath your feet. You fall in love with boredom. Real change is painfully ordinary. It is repetition without applause. It is discipline without emotion. It is showing up when nothing feels different. Results are always late. Your reality today is the echo of your past habits. This delay creates the valley of silence, the place where most people quit because effort feels invisible. Imagine an ice cube in a freezing room. You raise the temperature slowly. Nothing changes. 21, 25. 30, still nothing. It looks like failure, but the energy is building beneath the surface. At 32 degrees, it melts. People only notice the melting point. They never see the invisible effort before it. They call it overnight success. Your life works the same way. The real test is whether you can keep going when reality gives you no feedback. But you make it harder than necessary because you rely on willpower instead of design. Look around you. Your environment is shaping your decisions. If distraction sits within reach, distraction wins. If comfort is easier than action, comfort becomes your default. You are not fighting yourself. You are fighting your architecture. Change the environment and behavior changes with it. Put the book where your phone used to be. Leave the shoes by the door. Remove friction until progress feels easier than avoidance. Then comes the deeper issue, trust. Every promise you break to yourself weakens your authority. Every "I'll start tomorrow" teaches your brain that your words mean nothing. Do you trust yourself? When you make a promise, do you believe it? Most anxiety comes from this internal betrayal, being trapped with someone you cannot rely on. So lower the bar. Start insultingly small. One sentence, one push-up, one step outside. Not because it changes your life immediately, but because it rebuilds trust. Each small action is a deposit, proof that intention still leads to action. Slowly, identity shifts. You stop saying, "I'm trying." You start becoming. The goal was never the outcome. The goal was always the person you become while moving toward it. But comfort waits patiently. As soon as progress starts, it whispers, "You've done enough. Relax now." This is the dangerous moment. The drift returns quietly. Growth is not a finish line. It is maintenance, a relentless 1% improvement that compounds while others stay still. Look closely at your life. The wasted minutes, the repeated excuses, the quiet compromises. They are small, but they accumulate, just like progress does. You don't need intensity, you need consistency. There is a gap between who you are and who you could be. That gap is filled with actions you already know you should take but keep postponing. You have to let go of the version of yourself that needs comfort more than it needs truth. Mourn that version, then move anyway. The path forward will not be lit by a spotlight. It will be lit by one small step at a time, just enough light for the next decision. Take that step, and then another. Eventually, the heaviness fades, the anxiety quiets. You look in the mirror and recognize someone reliable, someone steady. You realize you were never waiting for motivation, you were waiting for proof. And the door to that life was never locked. You were just standing still in front of it.